Guys, welcome back to the Booth 2K. And man, 54 to was it 19 last night? Let me see. I wrote it down because I knew I'd forget. Yeah, 54 to 19. That was a wild game. It was close. It was frustrating at times, but it just turned into a blowout at the end. There's a lot to be learned from that game. You know, Dak at his press conference, I was happy to hear him say that it was not a complete game. He referenced the Vikings game. That's where they want to be every week. Of course, it's hard to do, but being the leader and him saying something like that's a really good thing. But all in all, you know, there was some highs and lows. You know, Lamb, he didn't have a big game on the stat sheets, but he had a big game. You know, he passed the eyeball test. He played really good. He had some great concentration when he had his first touchdown. When the guy thought he tackled him, you know, for him to finish the play is something I complained about him not doing. He did that the whole game with his runs on his, his carries, his handoffs, and after the catch. So he and the blocking, he had a really complete game. That was that I was very impressed with him. He's starting to get better every week, and I think that was a really good game. Like I said, it's not going to show up on the stat sheets, but it was a good game. Dak, he ended up having, very similar where the stats won't jump out at you. In the first quarter, the first drive, he had some bad judgment. He starts out like he's a young player or something. He's been in the league 7 years now. He's very jittery, it seems like, and he just got to get past that. He's honestly he's been around too long for that already. But he settled down and he had a good game. The interception was not good. That was a bad choice, bad decision. And the other one that could have been an interception, I almost think it was, but they got away with one there. But that's got to stop. But we're never satisfied as Cowboys fans because do you remember when he first came around, we were happy when he wasn't taking chances, because Romo was always taking these chances and these turnovers were happening. And I am a Romo fan, but I was relieved to see that. It's like he took care of the ball, Dak. And then we started bitching that he wasn't taking shots down the field, he wasn't taking chances. Well, now he's gotten more confident, so he's trying to fit some balls in there where he shouldn't. But it's I'm glad he's back. He still had a good game. He still had a really good game. Highest scoring offense in the NFL since he's been back, and he still looks confident. We're starting to see some of that old Dak. I think just that level of just he's got to get off that slow start. He doesn't do it every game, but it happens too often. I think, but I think he's just getting better each week too. So I'm happy about that. Kelvin Joseph. We're going to see a lot of him now. Now that Anthony Brown's out for the season, it looks like. That was a stupid penalty he had in the first quarter on the kickoff. That really led to their first points, because they were in field goal range at the end of that short drive. Because of that, that was dumb. I really don't like Kelvin Joseph. I don't think he's a good player. Maybe he'll turn it around, but he just I don't know. There's just something about him I don't like as far as his playing goes. Let's see what happens there. Diggs. Wow, we haven't seen this in a while. He got Matty Ice kind of took him to school a little bit, didn't he? He got burnt on that touchdown. That was odd to see. But we saw a lot of that last season. And of course we saw a lot of interceptions too. So that's okay. He's gonna that probably won't happen again the rest of the season. He's done so good this season that we're gonna give him a pass, right, guys? I know I am. I think y'all should too. It was close, right? It was close till the fourth quarter. It was a close game, but having said that, it doesn't matter. It was a win, and it was a blowout win. Honestly, there's a lot of people talking about that. The national media saying that it was a close game, all the way to the fourth quarter. Take away that fourth quarter, well, we still win. A lot of the Philadelphia fans and their talking head fans are saying that too. But they won by 1 point against the Colts. They're an NFL team. They're a good team. So I don't think that matters. And I don't look at it and say, hey, we're better than y'all because we beat the Colts by so and so. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't matter. But I do want Dallas. I'm giving Dallas credit because they came to life, turned it on. Man, the defense was awesome. Parsons had a good game, not a what he would consider one of his best games, but the defense still played good. And these young guys that came in after they sat some of the starters, man, they played hard. That's good to see. That means it's contagious. What's going on there? This winning season, and I picked this as a loss at the beginning of the season. I had this down as a loss. So I'm wrong again. Happily wrong. I'm happy to admit that. Anytime your team wins and you pick them to lose, yeah, I'll take that any day. But there is some things I'm concerned about there was so much time left. There was 10 minutes left and the score was 40 something to 19 and we're still seeing Dak and we're still seeing Micah. These guys need to get off the field. We don't need to see any of those guys out there at that point. It needs to be mop-up duty. We need to get these other guys in. They did bring them in eventually, and they did bring them in sooner than they had been. Like in that Vikings game, that's another one it's dumb. Sometimes I think they let the players dictate when they want to get out, but you can't do that. You just got to take charge, pull them out, because we got a lot of football left. A lot of football. The Eagles looked really good Sunday and beating the Titans. Jalen Hurts is continuing to have a great season. I'm not surprised. He's a good quarterback. He was good in Oklahoma. He was good in Alabama. The Giants and the Commanders, they played to a tie. It looked like the Giants won there for a second. That field goal was so close. It came up short. But the NFC East is just a tough division. We got to go to Washington that last game of the season. I don't know if the Eagles game is going to mean much to them at that point, but hopefully they pick up a loss and they've got a lot to play for on Christmas Eve. We still got a chance, but I don't think it matters. Let's just get in the tournament. Let's see where it goes. We've been there before where we've had home field advantage. We've had the first round bye and we've lost. So let's just get there any way we can. You guys remember the old cornerback, Kevin Smith? When he got into the fight with the Giants and he grabbed that boom mic as a weapon? I remember I used to have a bootleg shirt. This wasn't official NFL, but it was Smith holding that, with the ruckus going on in the background, said, use that old Malcolm X line, by any means necessary. That's the attitude. That's the attitude this team is starting to remind me of. It's exciting. We'll see where it goes, but we've got the Texans next week, and they're another team that's capable of running the ball well. So it gives us another chance to work on our run defense. We got to take care of business there and make sure no one gets hurt. Let's get a big lead. Let's get everybody the hell out of there. They hate the Cowboys over there in Houston. I mean, I guess because their team sucks. I don't know. But the feeling's not mutual. I don't have any feelings whatsoever about the Texans. We just need to win. But that would be great for them. And I say this every week, don't I? It'd be great for them to win to salvage their season. They could still sell that to their fans. They'd be so damn happy. They got that attitude up there too. So need to get over there, take care of business. And it's another learning experience. They won last night. And had they not lost to the Green Bay Packers a few weeks ago, there's a chance they could have lost this game last night. I think the coaches are putting that in their head, and the leaders of this team, Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott, these guys are bringing that up. Man, that's a good thing. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens next week. We'll talk later in the week. We'll look more at the Texans. They're pretty one-dimensional, but, one-dimensional. I don't know what I said there, but I meant to say dimensional. Sorry. But, guys, we'll talk later in the week. And let's go Cowboys. Let the Cowboys ride. As Wade Phillips once said. Didn't catch on like, how about them Cowboys, but I still like saying it. I guess because I'm a big fat guy like Wade Phillips. All right, guys. Good night.